Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to First PUC Business Studies online classes. Students, in the previous class we have discussed about different types of services, that is business services, social services, personal services, right? And I told you personal services, they are outside the discussion, and even social services are outside the discussion. Here only we are concerned about business services. So under business services there are many commercial services, that's like banking, insurance, transportation, warehousing, isn't it? All this comes under this. Transportation is not elaborated here, but banking, first service is banking service. So let us take up banking service in detail. I already told you business services, they are the commercial services where the services are rendered not with the intention of helping to the public, it is just to earn profits. By selling the services we earn profit, that is a business service, right? Moving on to the first business service, that is a banking service. What is a bank? You are going to bank, you are drawing money, you are depositing money, your scholarship gets credited to your bank account, right? Most of the students, they will have, there is a SB account, savings bank account in any of the banks, isn't it? Bank is, it is like a tank of water. You just fill the tank and use the water, isn't it? One side water gets deposited, on the other side we will remove the water, and most of the times there will be some water in the tank unless you fill it properly, isn't it? If water is not filled in the tank, then no chance of getting the water. So banking, the same way, here in that water tank there will be flow of water, but here flow of money. Money moves into the banker's treasury, then it goes out. When you draw the money gets, that is it becomes empty. In the same way, bank should not become empty, but bank should not become empty, because always there should be some sort of money with the banker to meet the claims of the depositors or the demand of the depositors. Different types of accounts are there, we will come across later. First of all, let us know the meaning of bank. Bank, it is defined by Sir John Paget, which is not there in your reader here, but let me take up some points from that definition. Sir John Paget. I will elaborate that definition to know the meaning of bank properly. Okay, it is not there in your syllabus, that is in your reader, but it is very useful definition to know the meaning of a banker. I will write here. Sir John Paget says, no person, the very definition starts with the negative, that is a connotation. No person or body corporate or otherwise can be a banker who does not take deposit accounts, take current accounts, issue and pay checks, and collect checks. Issue and pay checks and collect checks. Crossed or uncrossed for his customers. Crossed or uncrossed for his customers. He further adds, I'll continue here. One claiming to be a banker, must profess himself to be one, the public must accept him as such. The public must accept him as such. And finally, banking should be his main business. See, this is the very definition given by Sir John Paget. Let me read out the problem, read out the definition, and then let me analyze the meaning of banker from this definition. No person or body corporate. No person. No means that is a negative. Any person or body corporate we have to take in that way. There are two negatives here, so it will give positive meaning here. Remember, no person or body corporate or otherwise can be a banker who does not take deposit accounts. If he takes deposit accounts, then he will be banker. Take current accounts, issue and pay checks and collect checks, crossed or uncrossed for his customers. One claiming to be a banker must profess himself to be one. The public must accept him as such. And finally, banking should be his main business. So here, a person will not become a banker if he fails to what? Fails to take deposit accounts from the customers. When you approach to a person or a body corporate or any other, that is a association of persons, you might have seen there are government undertaking banks, private sector banks, cooperative banks, isn't it? Many types of banks are there. So here, if the person or body corporate who claims themselves that they are bankers, ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಅವನು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಂದ. He has to accept deposits from the public. When you approach that person, the person must be in a position to keep your money under his safe custody, isn't it? So deposit accounts, take current accounts. There are different types of accounts like deposit account, savings bank account, isn't it? Then current account is there, which will be given only to the business person. Current account. Issue and pay checks. Suppose someone issues check on the banker, then banker must accept it. Or banker should collect checks which is deposited by the customer. I will tell you the check part later. So, uncrossed for his customers. Crossed or uncrossed for his customers. Crossing the check. Very simple, friends. If this is a check leaf, then we'll put two lines here. Or after putting two lines here, we will write inside these two lines account payee, or simply drawing two lines across here on the top left hand corner is nothing but crossing. Effect is, if it is crossed like this, then if check is lost, no problem. If the person who receives that check, who finds that check, if he goes to the banker will not pay money to him, because this check should be crossed check. This is called crossed check. Crossed check should be credited to the account first. Suppose if it is drawn in my favor, then it will be credited to my account first. Once it is credited to my account, no one else can draw the money from my account other than me. Only I have the right to draw money from my account, correct? No one else can draw. So this will be the safe mode of payment. If it is not there, then someone finds the check, someone gets that check, isn't it? Lost from me. If the person goes to the banker and if the person signs on the back of the instrument, then the person will get the money. If he says myself is Prakash Bhatt, isn't it? Then he will sign Prakash Bhatt. Then banker can make the payment. Banker can make the payment across the counter. That is the effect of crossing. So if crossing is done, the amount will be safe. If crossing is not done, and if the check is misplaced or lost, then the finder can get money from the bank. So that is called uncrossed check. Uncrossed check, or we call it as bearer check. Uncrossed or bearer check. Remember, uncrossed or bearer means there's both are one and the same. Synonymous words. Remember. So crossed or uncrossed for his customer. This is bearer check. This is crossed check, and uncrossed means bearer check. Remember, for his customers. Then he says, one claiming to be a banker. If someone says I'm a banker, he must profess himself to be one. He must do the banking work professionally. The public must accept him as such. If I say myself is a banker, give me 10,000 rupees, keep deposits with me, whether you will come, whether you will deposit money with me, no. ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್, ಬನ್ನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಪ್ತಿರೋದನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪುದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಹ ಬರುದು, ಯಾರು ಸಹ ಬರುದು, ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. 10,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್, isn't it? When the public accepts that yes, he is the banker, we know Syndicate Bank, Canara Bank. Syndicate Bank is converted as Canara Bank now, isn't it? Canara Bank or any other bank for that matter, State Bank of India, isn't it? Union Bank. So they are generally accepted by the public. They accepted them as the banker, and people have no hesitation to give their money with those bankers to keep under safe custody, correct? You'll keep your jewels with the banker in the locker, and you will pay the locker rent, correct? So public must accept him as such. And finally, banking should be his main business. He should do only the banking business. What do you mean by banking business? Question arises, friends. That is, we will study here the functions of commercial banks. When I analyze that, those are that is work done by a banker, and it is called banking business. Here, to quote some that is activities: accepting the deposits, lending of funds, then discounting of bills, then check, isn't it? Transfer of funds. All these are the activities done by the banker. So the meaning of banker is clear to you. A person who does these work is called a banker, and this business is called banking business, and the name under which these activities are done is called a bank. Is called bank. Clear? Banking Regulation Act 1949. Like you have Partnership Act 1932, Companies Act 2013, earlier it was 1956, correct? Cooperative Societies Act 1912. In the same way, there is a separate act passed for regulating the business of banking. ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ವ್ಯವಹಾರವನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ನಿಗದಿತ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1949. Banking Regulation Act 1949. Remember this. You can quote in the quote while giving the meaning of banker or banking, right? So now let us move on to the next part, that is types of banks. How many types of banks are there? There are basically 4 types of banks given in your syllabus. Commercial banks, I'll write one by one. Types of banks. Types of banks. Under that, first one, commercial banks. Second one is cooperative bank. Cooperative banks, yes. Cooperative banks. Third one, specialized banks. Specialized banks. Then last one is central bank. Central bank. So now let us take up the first one, commercial banks. Commercial banks are those banks which are established and which are operated as per the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Banking Regulation Act 1949. 1949. So what are commercial banks? Commercial banks are those banks which are established as per the Banking Regulation Act 1949, and they are established to create a habit of savings among the public. Commercial banks are established to develop habit of savings among the public, to do all the banking activities like accepting the deposits, lending of funds, isn't it? Then other agency and general utility services. So we will analyze the functions of commercial banks so that we will come to know how these banks work. Clear? That is State Bank of India. If you give, they ask you to give some examples for commercial banks. State Bank of India, isn't it? Then any other, there is national banks you can quote. In the private sector also, there are some banks like ICICI Bank, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, isn't it? HDFC Bank, Housing Development Finance Corporation, isn't it? Housing Development Finance Corporation, HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, isn't it? Jammu and Kashmir Bank. All these are different types of banks. This comes under public sector, Government of India undertaking. Then these two are running under, that is a private management. So these are different, that is a commercial banks that are there in the, that is a country. Here you have to make a note that these commercial banks, they are established to provide the banking service. Banking service. Banking service in the sense, they will accept the deposits of the public, they will provide loans to the public, they help in collection of funds through the checks or draft or any other, that is instruments, isn't it? And they help in nation building activity. They provide loans to giant business enterprises, and those business enterprises, they manufacture goods and provide best quality goods at cheaper rate to the public. So indirectly they help the public in this way. So banks will provide loan facility. If loan is not given to the entrepreneur, the business people, they will not be in a position to manufacture the product because huge amount of money is required to run a joint stock company or any other type of business like a partnership, isn't it? These needs, there's a huge funds to run even multinational companies, isn't it? Global enterprises. We need huge amount of money which will be provided by the banker, that is called lending of funds, correct? So these are the activities done by the commercial banks. Moving on to the cooperative sector. You have already studied about this. People join together who are having same interests, they join together and they run their own business, which is called here in this case it is cooperative bank. Here people will contribute money and they will start their own banks. They collect deposit from the members. They provide loans to the members of that bank, isn't it? And even for the public, they will provide loan if required, maybe on some, that is a mortgage or all these things. So cooperative banks are those banks which are established to help the members, help the members of the bank. It is like a union of the, there is same interest group like agricultural cooperative societies, isn't it? Marketing cooperative societies, cooperative farming societies. In the same way, here cooperative banks which are established to help the members of the cooperative, that is a bank. Then specialized banks. These are specialized, these provide specialized services or they are established for a specific purpose. ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಂಥ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗೆ ಕೇವಲ ಲೋನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್. ಸೊ ಟು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, isn't it? Some banks may provide loans only to the industrial sector, not to the agricultural sector. Or personal loans will not be given. They provide loans only to the industrial people. Such banks are called specialized banks. Specialized banks, isn't it? Then one more is there, that is Exim Bank. Exim Bank, which is called Export Import Bank. They provide loan only to the exporters and importers who purchase goods from outside the country, isn't it? From across the national borders, or who sells goods across the national border. So importing and exporting, importers and exporters, they will get financial help from these banks that is specifically established for the purpose, that is called Export Import Bank or Exim Bank. And such banks are called specialized banks because they provide loan only to specialized sectors or specialized, that is organizations, institutions, or that is business enterprises. Then Central Bank. This is the Apex Bank. Which is the Apex Bank in India? That is Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India, which is called Central Bank, isn't it? It controls the banking system in the country. They will have a control, they regulate the activities of all these commercial banks, cooperative banks, specialized banks, all the banking system comes under the purview of the Reserve Bank of India. RBI we call it as, like Federal Reserve System is there in America, Bank of England in England, UK, isn't it? So in India, Reserve Bank is the apex authority, or it is the boss of all the banks. We can say in layman's that's language, isn't it? So it controls the banking system in the country. It controls the, that is inflation. It controls the financial activities or economic activities in the country by increasing or decreasing the rate of interest in the country. And all the banks must follow the policies and guidelines that is prepared or framed by Reserve Bank of India. Such banks are called, that is only one bank is there in India, which that is called, that is Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India. There are different functions done by Reserve Bank of India, which is not required here, not given in your syllabus, so I will not touch that aspect. Like issuing notes, monopoly of note issue, bankers bank, banker to the government, custodian of nation's gold and foreign exchange reserve. These are different functions of Reserve Bank of India. You will study it in economics later, so no need of discussing here now. Okay. Then last, next one is functions of commercial banks. I'll take up in the next class. Write a question. Mention the types of banks. Mention the types of banks. Submit your assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.